everything's fine, and it saw that this was getting sound. Well, it's going to come up on Facebook in a moment, honey. It's not instantaneous.
I'm only seeing old ones.
Go to. Is this my Facebook page?
Not anymore. It should be on there.
All right, you can hear something now? Can you hear something? Well, that was insane. So you're hearing me now.
Hi, Ellen's here. She can hear us. Yay! Hopefully we didn't lose anybody. I don't know what happened. Some serious gremlins over here. Hi, Ellen. Let us know if you're here. We had a little sound issue, so we're actually just going to do it. So those of you that hung with it, wow, you're the loyal diehards, man. We're grateful. So anyway, happy Tuesday.
How long did that take? 20 minutes?
That was like 20 minutes, yeah. So.
Oh my God! Well, probably everybody's left.
Well, that's okay.
We have Ellen.
We have Ellen.
As long as we have
It's the
Ellen, we're in
show.
good shape. All right, so you're hearing this now.
Yes, it's all in. I can see you.
That's all that's important.
Okay, so Peter Grants is here and he can hear. Thank
Okay,
you
so
guys
you can
for
hear.
hanging in.
All right.
We're gonna have half a show.
That was nutty. I didn't. Things are getting. The gremlins are coming in, but we have 2 weeks off because I am playing a gig next Tuesday night, and then the week after that I'm going to play. We're going to be a guest sub, but I'm also going to play some music at Teller's husband's birthday party. So
yeah, so we're going to Vegas for a couple days. It should be kind of fun. Joanne Tinder, thank you for hanging in here with us. We're so grateful.
I am not sure what happened, but something did.
That was not fun.
So anyway.
So let's just get right into a song and get this party started.
All right, I'll do something for Peter here. So.
This is for Peter. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys are surrounded by some love and some laughter.
Yes, and some audio.
And some audio. Deanna Herrera is here. Yay! She's back in. Thank you for coming in. All right, happy Tuesday.
All right, so this is a song. Of course, Peter is a huge fan of the Kinks, so this is a Kinks song. And I was going to start with something else, but I'm going to cut that song, and I'm going to do this one.
My
and
little
then
brother.
I'll talk about the Pinks in a second. The Kinks. The Pinks and the Kinks.
My little brother Mark was very funny. He signed on, and nobody could hear us. And he goes,
I
love that song.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy Goodman.
All
Sending love.
I'm not content to be with you in the daytime. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night, yeah. All day and all of the night, all day and all of the night. I believe that you and me last forever. Oh yeah, all day and night are yours, free me never. last forever. Oh, day and nights on you'll leave me never. The only time I feel alright is by your side. Oh, girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night, all day and all of the night, all day and all of the night time.
Yay! Everybody heard that.
That was for Peter.
Hi, Peter. That was for you. Bonnie Backman and Patty Silver share they and Richard Kinney. Hi, friends.
Hey,
Always have you
Richard.
here. We love having
Rich
you here.
Kinney. Good to see you.
Good to have you here. And those of you who turned in late, you didn't miss anything. We had a sound disturbance.
Yeah, a
and
sound issue.
It was the biggest. I think it's one of the biggest issues we've ever had.
Yeah, well, that
out of
was weird. I mean,
thousands
I
of
think it's
shows.
entropy. Things just, with computers, they just kind of once in a while just decide, I'm not going to function correctly.
Things just happen. So we
There
are
you
so
go.
grateful for the diehards that hung with us and logged back in.
All right, so I don't have to say too much about the Kinks. A lot of people know. They were formed in Muswell Hill, North London in 1964 by the brothers Ray and Dave Davis. Spelled Davies, but pronounced Davis, like Rafe Fiennes is spelled Ralph. They were briefly part of the British invasion until their touring ban in 1965 as a result of constant fighting between the brothers. Their third single, the Ray Davis penned You Really Got Me, became an international hit, topping the charts in the United Kingdom and reaching the top 10 in the U.S. Ray Davis, rhythm guitar, lead vocals, and keyboards, and Dave Davis, lead guitar vocals, remain members throughout the band's 32-year run. Mick Avery was replaced by Bob Henrit, who was the drummer formerly of Argent in 1984. The original bass guitarist Pete Quaife, not Queef, was replaced by John Dalton in 69, being replaced by Argent bassist Jim Rodford in 78. Anyway, You Really Got Me was a great song. I'm not doing that one today, but that was for Peter because I know he's a big Kinks fan. All right, so I don't know if he's a big Cole Porter fan, but the next song is Night and Day. It's a popular song by Cole. The theme is obviously nights and days. We skipped last week because of the debate, and I fell asleep halfway through it. So.
Yeah, Gary was really entertained by it, but Saturday Night Live did a really funny bit about the Kamala watching the debate with her husband, and it's really good.
She said, should have picked Josh. What's the guy's name? Josh Shapiro? He says, no, Josh Cabernet.
It's great.
Anyway, so this is a popular song for Cole Porter that was written for the 1932 musical Gay Divorce. I think it was originally Gay Divorcee. It's perhaps Porter's most popular contribution to the Great American Songbook and has been recorded by dozens of musicians. Fred Astaire introduced the song on stage. His recording of the song with the Leo Reisman Orchestra was a _1 hit, topping the charts of the day for 10 weeks. He performed it again in the 1934 film version of the show, renamed they renamed it the Gay Divorcee instead of the Gay Divorce. And it became one of his signature songs. Astaire's sister Adele retired from show business and married Lord Charles Cavendish after her last show with Fred, The Bandwagon, in 1931. When the producers of Gay Divorce asked Fred to star in the show, he deferred an answer until he could spend the summer of 32 wooing his future wife, Phyllis, in London. He finally agreed, and then the rehearsals began in September 1932. The show was both Astaire's last Broadway musical, after which he moved to Hollywood, and also his only stage musical without Adele. Also in the cast were Eric Rhodes and Eric Blore, who soon became famous in the 1930s RKO comedies. Eric Blore was the one who was kind of the butler who would always go, splendid. Splendid. I loved Eric Blore.
See, Brian Smith is here.
Oh,
Hi, Brian.
and I
We're so
know.
happy you're here.
He's doing all kinds of cool things. I see him. Oh, Bula Bula. He's Yale grad. All right, so this is was Cole Porter a Yale grad? Maybe he was.
I don't know.
Maybe he was. Brian might know. So anyway, here we go. like the beat, beat, beat of the tom-tom when the evening shadows fall, like the tick-tick-tock of the stately clock as it stands against the wall, like the drip, drip, drip of the raindrops when the summer shower is through. So a voice within me keeps repeating you, night and day. You are the one, only you beneath the moon, the stars and the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you night and day, night and day. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day. Under the height of me, there's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torches won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day. Night and day, under the height of me, there's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, day and night. Night and day.
Yay! My brothers both my brothers, Mark Hoffman and David Hoffman, are the best brothers in the world. Thank you guys for logging back on. We had sound issues.
I know, I'm looking at Peter's thing.
No, I was going to read that to you.
You can't call Cole Porter schmaltz. He's one of the greatest songwriters ever.
Peter Krantz says this is what schmaltz should be an awesome song. Anyway, and
so
Jen,
this is good schmaltz.
And Jen Busenich Hudson is here.
Oh, from Australia.
Australia's in the house.
So glad you're here.
There's somebody I follow from Australia. He has a farm and all these animals, and I keep sending my daughters pictures of the animals saying, I need a wombat. I need a baby kangaroo.
Well, we need to go to Australia one of these days. Hopefully. I have another friend who lives in Australia, so maybe we'll see all you guys in Australia one of these days. We're trying to go everywhere. But
we want to go everywhere.
But our dog is sick, so we haven't been able to go anywhere. So
he's hanging in. He's having, declining, but he's hanging in.
Very good schmaltz.
So have very good schmaltz.
All right, so Malcolm John, or Mac Rebennack Jr., was born November 20th, 1941, died June 6, 2019. He's better known by his stage name, Dr. John. He was an American singer and songwriter. His music combined New Orleans blues, jazz, R&B, soul, and funk. He was born in New Orleans, and he had German, Irish, Spanish, English, and French heritage. He grew up in the 3rd Ward of New Orleans and found early musical inspiration in the minstrel show tunes sung by his grandfather and a number of aunts, uncles, sisters, and cousins who played piano. When Rebennack was a young boy, his father exposed him to jazz musicians King Oliver and Louis Armstrong. He was his father had a business that allowed him. He had a record store and some other things, so he had access to seeing people recording, like Little Richard and Guitar Slim. When he was 13, he met Professor Longhair. He was so impressed by the professor's flamboyant attire, he soon began performing with him, began his life as a professional musician. Originally, he was a guitar player. At age 16, Rebennack was hired by Johnny Vincent as a producer at Ace Records. He produced Earl King, James Booker, and Jimmy Clanton, and played piano for them. While a struggling student at Jesuit High School, he was already playing nightclubs. The priest told him to either stop playing in clubs or leave the school, so he left the school. In late 1950s New Orleans, Rebennack led his own band. He had a minor hit, a local hit called Storm Warning, and his career as a guitarist was stunted in 1960 when the ring finger on his left guitar fretting hand was injured by a gunshot during an incident at a Jacksonville, Florida gig, eventually making piano his main instrument, developing a style influenced by Professor Longhair. He became involved in some illegal activities. He was arrested on drug charges and sentenced to 2 years in the Federal Correctional Institution in Fort Worth. His sentence ended in 1965, and he left for Los Angeles. As a young man, he was interested in New Orleans voodoo, and in Los Angeles, he developed the idea of the Dr. John persona based on Dr. John, a Senegalese prince, conjure man, herb doctor, and spiritual healer who came to New Orleans from Haiti. This free man of color lived on Bayou Road and claimed to have 15 wives and over 50 children. He kept an assortment of snakes and lizards, along with embalmed scorpions and animal and human skulls, and sold gris-gris, which is voodoo amulets which supposedly protect the wearer from harm. Beginning in the late 1960s, he gained fame as a solo artist, adopting the persona of Dr. John the Night Tripper, New Orleans-style rhythm and blues mixed with psychedelic rock that bordered on and elaborate stage shows that bordered on voodoo religious ceremonies, including elaborate costumes and headdresses. Finally, in 1973, he teamed up with Alan Toussaint, who produced and with the Meters as his backup band. He did a New Orleans album called In the Right Place, and that came In the Right Place, Wrong Time, which was one of his biggest singles, and also Such a Night, which is what we're doing tonight. He had a heroin addiction. However, in December 1989, he completed his final rehabilitation with the help of Narcotics Anonymous and remained clean for the rest of his life. I got to work with him a couple times, and he was amazing. My friend Coleman can do a perfect imitation of him. He was standing talking to one of the guys in the Meters. I can't remember his name right now, but everybody knows who he is.
Except you.
And he
can't
goes,
remember his name.
names fall out of my head. But he said something like, oh no! If Coleman was here, I could remember. Now I can't remember the quote. It's the Funky Meters guy. You would know. Peter would know.
Peter
Peter
is
would
the
know
Funky Meters guy.
The main.
Perla Battaglia is here. Hi,
main
beautiful.
guy. Anyway, so Perla's here. I love that.
We also have.
Anyway, let me finish the story
Finish
really
the story.
quick. Okay, just really quick. So the Meters guy says something about instill. I want to instill that over here, and Dr. John goes, yeah, instill waters are deeper than the other kind. That's the kind of thing he says. So anyway, here's Such a Night.
It's Such a Night, and Michael and Victoria are here.
Yay.
Hi, guys.
Oh, fantastic.
It was great hanging with you the other night, sending you lots of love out there. And I'll tell my Dr. John story when we come back.
Okay. Such a night, such a night, sweet confusion under the moonlight. Such a night, such a night. Steal away, the time is right. Your eyes met mine at a glance. You let me know this was my chance. You've been my best friend Jim, and here I am trying to steal you away from him. Oh, but if I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. 'Cause it's such a night, such a night. Sweet confusion under the moonlight. Such a night, such a night. Steal away, the time is right. I couldn't believe my ears, and my heart just skipped a beat when you told me to take you walking down the street. Being my best friend Jim, and here I am trying to steal you away from him. Oh, but if I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. 'Cause it's such a night, such a night. Sweet confusion under the moonlight. Such a night, such a night. Steal away, the time is right. You came here with my best friend Jim, and here I am just trying to steal you away from him. Oh, but if I don't do it, you know somebody else will. I don't do it, you know somebody else will. Come on. If I don't do it, you know somebody else will. I don't do it, you know somebody else will. But it's such a night.
I love that. We got so many David and Nancy.
So what's your
Wait,
Dr.
I will
John
tell
show?
you my story, but I have to welcome my friends first. Can you
Okay.
let me do that
Yes,
first?
yes, darling.
Michael and Victoria already said, and we have to talk if we were supposed to get together with them after, so let us figure that out. And David and Nancy Malvin, Marilyn Newman's here, and then Jen Busenich Hudson, who's coming all the way from Australia, is with her friend Dave, who's helping him pack up the house. Dave, welcome. We're so happy you guys are here. So we were in New Orleans, and it was our first jazz fest, or second jazz fest, and we went to Earl King's funeral.
Oh, that's right.
And in his funeral, Aaron Neville sang Ave Maria, and then in New Orleans, everybody goes out into the street and just dances
Second
in
line.
the street.
Second line.
The second line, and we were dancing next to Dr. John. Just
Well, he had a
walking down
purple
the
suit
street,
on
had
and a purple hat from the same place I got this hat, which is what the hell is it?
It was a hat. Myers.
Meyer the Hatter.
Meyer the
Hatter in New Orleans, and I cannot find these hats anymore. They're pork pie tops, but they're 2-inch brims. They don't make them. The place is out of, but he used to make them for all the musicians and stuff like that. All right, next tune.
Wait, your sister Karen is here. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And Jay Ross. Hi, my love. Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad you guys hung with us.
All right, this is a song I like. I don't know if Peter's going to think it's schmaltzy, but it's a great. I thought it was a good song, and I really loved it. I really loved the singer guy. This Night Won't Last Forever is a song written by Bill LaBounty and Roy Freeland and originally recorded by LaBounty in 1978. 1 year later, Michael Johnson covered This Night Won't Last Forever, took it to number 19 in the U.S. His version was also top 10 adult contemporary hit in the U.S. In the mid-1980s, LaBounty shifted his focus to country music and has co-written several songs, including Steve Warriner's #1 hits Linda, This Weekend, and I Got Dreams. Michael Johnson was an American pop, country, and folk singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He's best remembered for his 1978 hit song, Bluer Than Blue. It was written by Randy Goodrum. In 1966, he studied classical guitar in Barcelona, Spain. He then joined the New Christy Minstrels with founder Randy Sparks. He then became a member of the trio Denver, Boise, and Johnson, co-writing songs with fellow member John Denver. Prior to signing with Atlantic Records, Johnson acted in the off-Broadway musical revue Jacques Brel is Alive and Well and Living in Paris. So we might do a Jacques Brel song one of these days. So here we go. This is This Night Won't Last Forever. Everybody likes a celebration, happy music and conversation. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't have the blues. In the corner there's a couple dancing. From the kitchen I can hear her laughing. Oh, I wish I was celebrating too. I know this night won't last forever. I know the sun's gonna shine sometime. I need some hope for a bright tomorrow to show this heart is gonna mend just fine. Oh, pardon me for my disposition. I wish I didn't have to sit and listen. She's playing the same old songs on the radio. She's been lying since the day I met her. I'd be better off to just forget her. Oh, I would rather be lonesome or go. I know this night won't last forever. I know the sun's gonna shine sometime. I need some hope for a bright tomorrow. Oh, show this heart is gonna mend just fine. Such a ridiculous situation, pretending there's nothing wrong. She's holding out for the invitation. I wonder who is taking her home. I know this heart won't last forever. I know the sun's gonna shine sometime. I need some hope for a bright tomorrow. Oh, this heart is gonna mend just fine. I know this hard night won't last forever. I know the sun is gonna shine sometime. I need some hope for a bright tomorrow to show this heart is gonna mend just fine.
I don't know if I've ever heard that. That was really good. And Peter says it's only on a number 4 on the Schmaltz scale.
Oh, thank you. I liked his voice.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. I love that.
All right, so where are the grassroots on the Schmaltz scale, Peter Kranz?
Yeah, what is you got to give us the scale, Peter.
Perla, you know he's got the now. None of Perla's songs are schmaltzy because they're just all fantastic.
No, if you've never seen Perla Battaglia, you need to go see her. She's such an amazing artist and singer, and just a person that radiates so much love and wonderfulness into this world. And I was grateful that we got to go see her with Peter and his wife, and Cinda and Brian out in the Thousand Oaks. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend Ellen Dawson.
It was Ventura.
It was Ventura.
It was
yes.
a Ventura Music Festival.
I want to give a shout out to my friend Ellen because she volunteers at the Wildlife Learning Center in Sylmar, and she made a dream of mine come true by inviting me out there, and I got to feed the porcupines and pet the sloths, and it was just a magnificent, I felt like Dr. Dolittle. So you can go out there and visit, and the place, goes to schools and things, and, they only survive, and they rescue all these exotic animals that people try to have as pets or have been dumped, and their work is amazing. So if you can support it and want to hang out with some eclectic animals, go and enjoy the Wildlife Learning Center in Sylmar.
All right. So here we go. The Grassroots are an American rock band between 1966 and 1975. The band was originally the creation of Lou Adler, the great music producer, and songwriting duo P.F. Sloan and Steve Barry. They have sold over 20 million records worldwide. Until his death in 2011, early member Rob Grill and a newer lineup of the Grassroots continued to play many live performances each year. Sloan and Barry had written several songs in an attempt by their record company, Dunhill Records, to cash in on the folk rock movement. One of these songs were, "Where Were You When I Needed You? Where Were You When I Needed You?" Sloan provided the lead vocals and played guitar. Larry Knechtel, one of the Wrecking Crew, played keyboards. Bones Howe was on drums. When moderate interest in this new band arose, they went to look for a group that could become the Grassroots because it was a made-up group. The Bedouins, a San Francisco band that won a Battle of the Bands at a teenage fair, was the major candidate, but the group's third and by far most successful incarnation was found in a Los Angeles band called the 13th Floor, not to be confused with the 13th Floor Elevators, that Creed Bratton had formed only a year earlier. You might have heard the name Creed Bratton because he actually plays a part on The Office, the bald guy. And they submitted a demo tape to Dunhill. The band was offered in 1967 the chance to go with their own name or choose to adopt a name that had already been heard of nationwide. Many of their records featured a brass section, which was a novelty in these days. The bulk of the band's material continued to be written by the Dunhill Records staff, not only Sloan and Barry, and most of the people who played on it were the Wrecking Crew instead of the actual band members. They had their first top 10 hits with "Sha La 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 Live for Today," and which was an English-language cover version of "Piangi con me," a 1966 hit for the Anglo-Italian quartet The Rokes. "Midnight Confessions" is a song written by Lou T. Josie and originally performed by the Evergreen Blues. American rock band The Grassroots made it famous when they released it as a single in 1968. It was never released on any of the group's studio albums. It was on their first compilation album, Golden Grass, and has since been included on many of their other compilations. So here we go with Midnight Confessions. The sound of your footsteps telling me that you're near. Your soft gentle motion, baby, brings out a need in me that no one can hear except in my midnight confessions, when I tell all the world that I love you. In my midnight confessions, when I say all the things that I want to. I love you with a little gold ring you wear on your hand, makes me understand there's another before me, you'll never be mine. I'm wasting my time. Staggering through the daytime, your image on my mind, that sings so close beside you, baby. Sometimes the feeling is so hard to hide, but in my midnight confessions, when I tell all the world that I love you, in my midnight confessions, when I say all the things that I want to. There's a little gold ring you wear on your hand, makes me understand. There's another before me, you'll never be mine. I'm wasting my time in my midnight confessions, when I tell all the world that I love you. In my midnight confessions, when I tell all the world that I love you. Na 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 na.
I love that one. I haven't heard that in so long.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Peter loves the Grassroots, and I think he saw it. And so here's Peter's Schmaltz scale.
Okay.
1 being Miles Davis, 10 being
Wait, one
ABBA.
being wait a minute. 1 being less schmaltzy.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So 1 would be less schmaltzy, and that's Miles Davis.
And 10 is ABBA?
And 10 is ABBA, and I told him I love ABBA. Paul Garland's here. Yay, you can hear us. My mom says she doesn't have any sound, but
I would say small. I would say Barry Manilow at 10 and
No.
ABBA at 9. Okay. Anyway, so we're continuing with our night theme here, and we're trying to get through it all because we were late getting started.
I know,
because
you have
the
to
sound.
cut it short because I'm going to get hangry.
I've already cut it short, honey. I cut things. Okay. So this is
Mommy
a
gets
song
hungry.
that was written by Tony Joe White, who I got to see just before he died at the BMI. Tony Joe White did Polk Salad Annie. Gator got your granny. Rainy Night in Georgia. It was written by Tony Joe White in '67, popularized by R&B vocalist Brooke Benton in 1970. It was originally released by White on his '69 album Continued on Monument Records. He said, when I got out of high school, I went to Marietta, Georgia. I drove a dump truck for the highway department, and when it would rain, you didn't have to go to work. I heard Ode to Billy Joe on the radio, and I thought, man, how real, because I am Billy Joe. I know that life. At that time, I was doing a lot of Elvis and John Lee Hookers on stage with my drummer. No original songs. I hadn't really thought about it. But after I heard Bobby Gentry, I sat down and thought, well, I know about Polk Salad because I ate a bunch of it, and I knew about Rainy Nights because I spent a lot of rainy nights in Marietta, Georgia. So I was pretty lucky with my first tries to write something that was not only real and hit pretty close to the bone, but lasted that long. So it was kind of a guide for me then on through life to always try to write what I know about. So good. Conway Twitty did a version, and of course, Moore. Let's see, what's his name? Because I didn't put the first name in here. Can't remember his first name. Anyway, Brooke Benton. Several years without a major hit. In 1969, he signed to Cotillion Records with producer Jerry Wexler. Benton recorded this song in November '69 with arranger and producer Arif Mardin. Session personnel on the record included Toots Thielemans on harmonica, who also wrote Bluesette. Poor little fool, little Bluesette. Da, 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 da. That's a great song. When Benton was young, he sang in a Methodist church choir in Lugoff, South Carolina. Then he formed a group called the Sandmen. They had a limited success in their label OK Records. Those who are baby boomers will remember OKEH, OK Records. Decided to push PA, his father, as a solo artist, changing his name to Brooke Benton. His original name was Willie PA. So Brooke earned a very good living by writing songs and producing albums. He wrote songs for Nat King Cole, Clyde McPhatter, for whom he co-wrote the hit Lover's Question. And he eventually released his first minor hit, A Million Miles from Nowhere. He was on the Mercury label, which would eventually bring him major success. He also appeared in the 1957 film Mr. Rock and Roll with Alan Freed. All right, so here we go. Oh, by the way, he sings us about a third lower than me. I have to go to a low F on this, and I'm more of a tenor, so we'll see we'll see if I can hit the low F. So. Hovering by my suitcase, trying to find a warm place to spend the night. Heavy raindrops falling, seems I hear your voice calling, it's all right. A rainy night in Georgia, a rainy night in Georgia, seems like it's raining all over the world. I feel like it's raining all over the world. Neon signs are flashing, taxi cabs and buses passing through the night. Distant moaning of a train seems to play a sad refrain to the night. A rainy night in Georgia, such a rainy night in Georgia. Lord, I believe that it's raining all over the world. I feel like it's raining all over the world. How many times I wondered, it still comes out the same, no matter how you look at it or think of it. It's life, and you just got to play the game. Find me a place in a boxcar, so I take my guitar to pass some time. Late at night when it's hard to rest, I hold your picture to my chest and I feel fine. It's a rainy night in Georgia, baby, it's a rainy night in Georgia. Oh, I feel like it's raining all over the world. Kinda lonely now, and it's raining all over the world. Oh, have you ever been lonely, people, and you feel that it was raining all over this big man's world? Talking about a raining, 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 raining all over the world.
I haven't heard that in so long, and it is raining, raining, raining all over parts of the world.
Oh yeah, that's true. I hope you don't have. We talked about this earlier. I hope we don't have family.
Those areas are safe, and your families are safe, and there's lots of good information on the American Red Cross if you can donate or help to any of those areas that have been devastated. But
all right, so I'm gonna do two more songs. I'm gonna do one original here. I don't know. I did this fairly recently, but it's it's sort of. Oh, Danny's coughing. You okay, honey? But she coughed off mic. You know, when DJs or like radio guys, they have a cough switch. So if they cough, they can push that switch, and you won't hear them cough into the mic.
Sam's whining behind me too because I have this bag of food by
He's
my computer, and so he'll just sit there and go. Anyway,
so this is a song. Original. This is a song that's based on the name of a president, but it has a little surprise at the end. So. Where have all our statesmen gone? Seems they're kind of all moved on long ago and so far away. Where once we had great debaters, now we get loud-mouth haters 24 noisy hours every day. Let that chord, let me see. Where once we had great debaters, we get loud-mouth haters 24 noisy hours every day. That's it. Of all the greats from way back when, there's one I wish could be here again. We need a man like Abraham Lincoln, generous yet strong, honest as the day is long. He'd show those jerks how things should work, at least that's what I'm thinking. Yes, we need a man like Abraham Lincoln. Abe would never ever preach, nor would he flub up a speech, getting all his words in a mess. No PR firm would need to handle some humiliating scandal like telltale stains on a dress. He would never claim that God had chosen him and Mary Todd. We need a man like Abraham Lincoln. We'd all jump for joy if we had that man from Illinois to navigate our ship of state and keep us from sinking. Yes, we need a man like Abraham Lincoln. Kind who never bleat or bluster or misuse the filibuster or proclaim emancipation for dishonest corporations, wouldn't gut the public schools, wouldn't make up his own rules. Yes, we need a man like Abraham Lincoln, with no doubt in his mind freedom's meant for all mankind. Those days when kings and popes run things are surely shrinking. Yes, we need someone to point the way, and that just might be a gal someday soon. We need someone like Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln.
Gonna be that gal today.
That's right.
Suzanne Stewart loves that song. Hi, Suzanne. I know you're here. I should have called you out right in the beginning. Anyway, I think this is our last song.
Yes.
So those of you that hung with us,
thank you so much. Yes, it was terrible.
That was crazy. We had some sound failure, and it took quite some time. So those of you that are still here, you're just, our ride or dies. We love that.
You. We love you very
And
much.
So thank
you for being
doing
here.
it. And
we will miss the next 2 weeks as we won't be here.
Not,
as next week I have a gig that I have to go do on Tuesday night, and the week after that we will be in Vegas. I'm playing at Teller's husband's birthday party, Gene.
You're also playing October 19th at Patty Silvershire's house.
Oh, that's
for a house
right.
Concert.
We have a concert coming up a week from this Saturday at Patty Silvershire's house. All the information is on my Facebook page, but please feel free to email me for the info. We would love to see you there. It's a $20 suggested donation. Patty's whole dessert tray will be out. Bring your own. Bring a picnic. It's 5:30 in the afternoon, so you have plenty of time to hang out if you're so inclined. But we would love to see you. I haven't done that many original music shows lately, so
and Patty's house is a magnificent little garden, and you feel like you're in France somewhere listening to some great music, and I'll be there. Come join us. And so I hope that you had some time to listen to the music and open your heart and mind and just let the love in. And please make sure that you're registered to vote. And when you don't know what to do nothing. And remember that kindness matters. And so nobody's told you today. Please let me be the first one to tell you that I love you and you matter. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you, my darling. That's my fabulous wife, Danelle Stockdale, who I couldn't live without and is just the best. And she's working on whole new areas of educating little kids, and so some exciting stuff she's dealing with. And anyway, and we're working on our new musical that we're going to debut in March here in Los Angeles, and I'll keep you apprised of that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, and thanks for hanging through whatever the hell that technical problem was we had at the beginning, but somehow we got it back. So this next song, Nightlife, is a song written by country music singer-songwriter Willie Nelson. After his son Billy was born in 1958, he was struggling with financial issues. Nelson moved to Houston. He stopped by the Esquire Ballroom to sell songs to house band singer Larry Butler. Butler refused to purchase Nelson's songs, instead giving him a $50 loan to rent an apartment and a 6-night job singing in the club. Nelson rented an apartment near Houston in Pasadena, Texas, where he also worked as a local radio DJ, and he recorded for Pappy Daly of D Records. While working at the club, Nelson used to use the time during 30-mile commute from his home to the club to write songs. One night he was inspired after thinking of the line, "When the evening sun goes down, you will find me hanging round." Nelson's inspiration was completed on his way back with the line, "The nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life." Nelson sold the song for $150 to Paul Buskirk in 1960 while working at his school, at Paul's school, as a guitar instructor. Nelson recorded the song at Gold Star Studio, but the song was rejected by Pappy Daly, who did not consider it a country song. Nelson, who owed Daly the recording of other songs, had sold Nightlife for enough money to master the record at another studio. Daly threatened to sue him if he pressed the song. So they just called it Nightlife, N-I-T-E, Life, and credited it to Paul Buskirk and released it through RX Records. A few copies of the single were pressed, and it received limited airplay by DJ Uncle Hank Craig on XEG. XEG was anything with X in front was a station that was blasting 50,000 watts from Mexico at the time. That's where Wolfman Jack was on XERB. Down there in Mexico. In 1960, Ray Price purchased the song and recorded a cover of it as the title track of his 1963 album, Nightlife. The song became a hit for Price, who started to use it in the introduction of his shows, replacing the usual backing fiddles. Price said in the introduction to the song that it was especially written for him by a boy down Texas way. That day, Doris Day also recorded it. Soon after, Aretha Franklin, B.B. King, Dottie West, Don Ho, and Rusty Draper. Now, Noble Ray Price, that's his real first name, January 12, 1926 to December 16, 2013, was an American country music singer, country songwriter, and guitarist. His wide-ranging baritone is regarded as one of the best male voices of country music, and his innovations such as propelling the country beat from 2/4 to 4/4. So that was known as the Ray Price beat, which helped make country music more popular. Some of his well-known recordings include Release Me, Crazy Arms, Heartaches by the Number, For the Good Times, Nightlife, You're the Best Thing That Ever Happened to Me, and he was elected to the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1996. He continued to record into his 80s. So Nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. When the evening sun goes down, you will find me hanging round. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Many people just like me, dreaming of old used to be. Oh, the nightlife, oh, now it ain't no good life. Ah, but it's my life. Listen to the blues that they're playing. Listen to what the blues are saying. Oh, life is just another scene from the world of broken dreams. Oh, the nightlife, yeah, it ain't no good life, but it's my life. When that evening sun goes down, you will find me hanging around. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life. Oh, but it's my life. Many people just like me, oh, they're dreaming of old used to be. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Listen to the blues out there playing. Listen to what the blues is saying. Mine is just another scene from the world of broken dreams. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life. Oh, but it's my life. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life. Oh, but it's my life. Thanks, everybody. See you in 2 weeks. Thanks. Hope you come back.